Hi, Capricorn. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic seer and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for October 2025. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in October and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, some months your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there. So you might want to check that out. This recording is for Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon. I'm using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck. No, I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm using the Tarot Mucha Tarot deck in this reading. All that being said, Capricorn, now on to your October 2025 Psychic Tarot reading. And the first card you have is the Seven of Rods, and this is closing the door on negative energy and communication coming at you. It could be keeping it at bay. It could also be taking the moral high ground in a situation. You may feel like you want to elevate your status. Where is that? Is that in your social life? In your home and neighborhood? Or is it status at your career? Or investments? It's like, I feel like you want to shoot for your goals. You want to go further and higher. And you may feel like, I got to stop listening to the naysayers and the, puddle jumpers. That's what my guides say. Why they called puddle jumper? I have no idea. Don't even ask me. I don't know. That's what they just said to me in my head. You got to stay. I'm hearing the collective consciousness of Capricorn saying, I have to stop listening to them. And I also hear you saying, I'm going where I want to be. You're going where you want to go. You're not going to let people try to hold you back. Maybe you're thinking of moving or changing your job or something. Some of you are going after a promotion. And you may feel like it's like, if you work for another company or business, you may feel like, I got to work harder to impress my boss, or to impress the CEO, impress the owner, impress my manager, impress my supervisor, impress somebody, or collectively people. Maybe there's a board that sits in the company or business you work for. Maybe you have to impress the board. You may be also looking to link yourself up with new people, especially if they offer really good networking possibilities for you, for future business, jobs, employment. If you're if you're an athlete, you may be going for the gold, going for the prize, going for the going for the medal, going for the trophy cup. You may also be escalating your profile. If you have a LinkedIn profile or some other online presence, could even be on a dating site. Maybe you want to elevate your profile there and, change up your pictures, or, create a certain ambiance or aura around what you post online, on social media, on whatever platforms you use. You may be really focused on taking absolute care of your health. You could be very invested in vitamins, herbal remedies, tinctures, homeopathic remedies, or medications, whatever, or discontinuing certain foods. incorporating others, all health related. You could be highly focused on that in October and moving forward. It's not necessarily just a one-off month, 1 month situation. So the next card in your reading, Capricorn, you have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is a card that symbolizes receiving money through family channels. It could be an inheritance. It could be a gift of cash. This could also be winning money, or you could be lucky with, money with your investments or something paying off for you. You could be working together with in a couple with somebody, like your significant other, if you're married or seriously coupled, to bring in more money for the family unit. I get some of you are going to have an upscale to your pay grade, and it's work related or business related. If you own your own business, you're going to develop some product or service, or you're going to advertise it in a particular way that jumps off the page or jumps off the screen, that it's going to captivate people's attention. If you had loaned somebody money, I feel that they pay it back to you, or you start to get payments on it, or, but getting money paid back to you comes up here. Somebody could open a doorway for you in October, and it could be very lucky for you, and you could step through that doorway and seize it. It could be an opportunity. And this opportunity it could be like a short-term gig or job or whatever that you make money off of, or it could be a long-term situation and somebody opens up a doorway for you and you step through it and you're like, I'm in the money, I'm in the money. That's an old song. That's from before my time. That was, I think, I don't even know. Was that from the 30s, 40s? Some of you could have a lucrative deal that comes through for you now. So if you have to do any negotiating for like more money with selling anything or contracts where money is being negotiated, I feel like you could do very well with that. This is good. This is a good card. It's coming up as good. It's not coming up as anything negative for you. If there had been any wrinkles in your finances, I feel like they get smoothed out now. You could be in a line of work where the pay scale increases. It makes me think of labs, which is, you're going to be like, what the hell is she talking about, labs? But I remember that there were some labs in the past that they changed the level of. Sometimes they do that, where they say, oh, this is the proper medication for this level in your blood. But then the labs decide they're going to change it. And then you end up having to get a higher dose. It's like the same thing. I know it sounds like a weird analogy, but that's what jumped in my head. And so some of you could find that your job description, the type of work you do, there could be some reason that in the country you live in, or in the town, or in the career you're in, that pay scale is getting elevated for you. So you'll benefit from it. So the next card in your reading is the Wheel of Fortune, the karmic wheels of fate turning in your favor. Planets in the heavens, spirit guides around you, conspiring to give you karmic good fortune. Could be a karmic cycle ending and a new cycle beginning. Basically, this is good luck. And I get right off the bat, if you're single and you put yourself out on the dating scene, like a dating site, or you try to go out somewhere with friends and meet up with people and meet somebody new, you're going to have luck in October in that area. Something you studied will pay off for you. And you could have studied it a long time ago. Doesn't mean you just did it. But something you studied pays off. So it could be, maybe that's why you get that raise, or your pay scale rises up. It's something you studied. I feel like you already studied it. You could be very motivated, Capricorn, to blow past the competition. So if you're in a field where there's a lot of competition, if you own your own business, you may want to blow past your competitors. If there's competition in the place where you work and people have a lot of parallel positions and they're kind of competition for you, like getting promotions and raises, you may want to blow past the competition in October. And I feel like you will, because this is Wheel of Fortune. It's lucky. You may also start to take more time for yourself. Some of you may want to get facials, massages, pedicures, whatever spa treatments of any kind. If you don't do that, you may start. Or if you used to do it and you stopped, you may go back to it. So self-care comes up strongly here, and things that would be like taking care of yourself. You're looking after yourself. Some of you are going to receive some kind of notification that you won a prize. Now, it could be a raffle at work where you bought somebody's, kids selling raffle tickets to some event, and you're like, yeah, okay, I'll buy 5. And you win. It could be a contest on the radio. It could be, I don't know, something where you could win and you get some kind of notice, either an email or a letter that you won. You're going to see news and gossip spreading really quickly, either through your family or socially through a club, group, or organization that you belong to, or in the workplace. There's something that's going to be like news and gossip. They could be intertwined, or it could be two different things, and it's going to spread like wildfire, and you're going to hear all about it. So before I go on to cards number 4 and 5, I just want to take a moment here to let you know that there are 2 eclipse video series I've recorded for Vimeo and my Patreon shop that you might be interested in. I've had people over the years, I've been recording these eclipse videos for many, many years now, and people often tell me they're like private readings. So in September, we had an eclipse on September 7th, and we had one on the 21st. The first video series I recorded is the eclipse effects from the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, September 7th, 2025, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card reading for each sign of the zodiac. Remember, eclipses bring endings, beginnings, karma, and change. So if you want to, and blessings. So if you want to see what those are, check those readings out. You might want to get your rising sign and your sun sign. The other video series for the eclipse is the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, September 21st, 2025, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card reading for each sign of the zodiac. The links for these videos are down below in the description box. They're also on my website at theluckymermaid.com videos page. They're also on my Patreon shop tab. The link for Patreon is down below, and also on my website, theluckymermaid.com videos page as well. Also, don't forget, if you want a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot reading I'm doing right here, you can get my psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. So Capricorn, if you want to see what else is coming up for you, what additional messages my guides have for you for October, you may want to check them out. Links down below and also on my website, and they're also available on the Patreon shop tab. So thank you for your purchases. It does mean a lot to me, and it does help this channel a lot. So I do truly appreciate it. So now on to card number 4. So here, Capricorn, you have the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is an air sign person, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could be you if you have a sun, moon, or rising sign that is an air sign, or if you're born on the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. This could be somebody you're either doing work or business with, or you're dating. That's how it comes up to me right off the bat. It's like this or that. There could be an age difference here. And if there is, I feel like the age gap is bridged. Like it's not a problem that there's an age gap here. This could be somebody, it could even be a friend to you. But you may find yourself revealing like personal information or deep, dark secrets or, stories from, when you were growing up or about your past. They're a good communicator. I see you feel like they're a viable candidate for something. They're either a viable candidate for you to hire, or a viable candidate for you to do business with, or a viable candidate as a friend, or a viable candidate as a romantic partner. I feel like they're looking at you like, hey, there's some things we need to get straightened out. There's some things we need to get in order and organized. So for some of you, it could be you're doing some kind of collaboration or something that you two are working on together. This could even be your significant other, and maybe you two are like, okay, we need to get this straight. What we're going to do here, are we going to sell this house? Are we going to buy another? Are we going to buy a vacation home? Or are we just going to take vacations every year? Are we going to, this addition that we're going to build, do we have the right people set in motion, lined up with dates of when they can do the work or this or that? This could be somebody business-wise that's like, okay, let's get these contracts signed and get the details written down exactly about how we want this to go moving forward. There's all these kind of energy possibilities swirling around this Knight of Swords. And if you get frustrated about it, Aquarius, look, that was a Freudian slip. Capricorn, they may be an Aquarius. It's because it's a general reading. So really you should watch your rising sign and your moon sign. And if you have a cusp, if you're born on the cusp, you may want to check out your cusp sign. They could be revealing a lot of things to you. It came up I felt like you were doing it, and I did feel like they were doing it a little bit, but then when I look at it again, I feel like they could be telling you about their history, their personal history or experiences, just as equally as I feel like you could be doing that with them. This could be somebody that you go sightseeing with and that you go touring around and looking at stuff. It could be a realtor. You could be going to look at houses and homes, but it could be a friend or a love partner, and you're going to see sites, touring. Let's go here. Let's look at this place. Let's go there. Let's go to that place. Or maybe you and a business partner want to get a new location for a business, and you could be touring around looking for that kind of location. The last card in your reading is very likely you, Capricorn, the Queen of Pentacles. And this is an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun, moon, or rising sign person. I hear some of you Capricorns are clearing out your schedule, because you want to be wide open for something that you're anticipating is going to happen or come through for you. And you're not going to stand for any nonsense. If you are I'm not really sure where I stand in this situation, you're going to want to know. You're not going to tolerate this. I don't know. So if anybody's giving you wishy-washy answers, you're going to be no, you got to give me concrete dates, or, you know, concrete information. You're not going to take this like wishy-washiness at all. Especially if you're a boss and you're like trying to schedule people, or if you are a homeowner and you're trying to schedule people to come and do certain work or jobs at your home, you're not going to want any wishy-washy answers. You're going to want concrete answers about who's available to do whatever and when are they available, you know, and they better show up. Some of you could be getting married or getting proposed to, and a marriage could be in the offing for some of you. Wow, that surprised me. I did not expect to hear that. I don't know why, I just didn't expect it. Okay, this is a weird message. I'm hearing that Capricorns are going to be learning to accept that there are shades of gray and not everything can be black and white. I don't know, is that true for Capricorns? Do Capricorns only want things to be black and white? I don't know if that's a trait for them or not, but I get that for whatever's going on in October, you're going to have to come to terms with not everything is black and white and there are shades of gray. If you have any work projects or anything you want to create, I get you're going to use all the tools in front of you or that you already possess. I feel like you're going to be like, nope, I'm not buying any extra stuff. I'm using what I got. So if there's some project you got to create or work on or build or whatever, I don't get you going out and buying more stuff. Like if you think you need more tools, nope, you're going to use the tools that you have, for whatever project it is you're working on. Don't let people steal your thunder. There could be some people around you that get carried away with themselves and their egos, and they could feel like they want to steal some of your thunder. They want to take credit for some of your work or boast and brag and maybe not take full credit, but maybe they want to throw in some things you did and make it look like they did some of that and they didn't. So don't let anybody do that. Make sure you stand up for yourself and your rights and don't let anybody take credit for your work or steal your thunder, especially if you own your own business or if you have any kind of video platforms, or if you work at a business or company and there's a lot of competition that goes on there. There could be somebody that's so full of themselves and excited that they're spouting off the great things they did and they could throw in something you did in their pile, and that may be false. So, well, I feel it is false. So, the best gemstone crystal I got for Capricorns to work with, use, and wear in the month of October 2025. Look, you got a nice fall October looking stone there, Capricorn. You got carnelian. And carnelian restores motivation and it stimulates creativity. It gives courage and it promotes positive life choices. Carnelian also dispels apathy and motivates you for success. It's useful for overcoming abuse of any kind, and it helps in trusting yourself and your perceptions. You're going to be very productive if you wear and carry this stone in October. So if there's like job things you need to get done or home projects you need to do, it's anything productive, you need to be carrying and wearing this stone. It could also motivate you with a thirst for knowledge. So if there's something you always wanted to learn or study, this may motivate you to get out and do it. Maybe you want to learn how to play the violin or the piano and you never did that before. This could get you motivated to buy a violin, hire a teacher, or just whatever you want to learn. This could be inspiring stone for you to give you the push and the urge to go do it. It's also going to affect your aura. to like upgrade or enlighten your presence, your aura. It's going to make you look more sparkly and shiny, even if you can't see it. You know, people read each other's auras all the time, whether they think they're doing it or they're not, because your vibes are in your aura. So this is going to give positive vibes to your aura. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. And if you're interested in any of the special video series I record on very specific topics, bringing you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides, you can get them on my Vimeo on-demand videos and also on my Patreon shop tab. I've created a list you can read here on this slide. They are also linked below this video in the description box and on my website, theluckymermaid.com, on the videos page. So I wish you all a very happy, healthy, and wonderfully blessed month of October. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.